Dan Larson here, and I'm at the Photobooth with the best of 2018 so far, part 1. As always, the 10 best is based on figures that I've purchased. If I haven't purchased it, it is not eligible for inclusion. And I intentionally limit the list to things that were released in the same calendar year, 2018. This, I hate to say it, is everything that I've purchased that was released this year, and even that statement might be pushing it a little bit. I know the Black Panther wave of Marvel Legends was supposed to have a street date of 2018, but there were a lot of places putting them out in late 2017. The figures themselves are stamped 2017, but I'm going to go ahead and include them here just because if I take that wave out, I'm looking at a mere 7 figures, and that's just depressing for a top 10. Not that it isn't already depressing. What happened here? What happened is a couple of things. One, in the past I've pre-ordered cases for waves of Legends, but I don't like doing that because there are always figures in a wave that I just don't want, and I don't want to spend the money on. There are a lot of other things that I collect, current and vintage stuff, that I would rather purchase than, say, Prince Namor and his green underpants. I've decided to step away from that unless I'm really sold on wanting the entire wave. 2, I hate ordering online. I know some of the pieces I want to have picked up by now. They've been available online, but I'm kind of tired of that game. I prefer seeing the thing in person before I buy it. Sometimes just seeing it is enough to convince me that maybe I didn't really want it after all, and I saved myself some cash. If Hasbro, Mattel, or whoever else really wants my business, they gotta find a better, more consistent, more timely way of putting their merchandise in front of me. Otherwise, like I said, there are plenty of other things that I am interested in that I may have missed from previous years, or lines, or things that I've just never looked into before. 3, I don't know what it is about my geographic region, but we always seem to be lagging behind the rest of the country. I've only seen the Lizard Wave once, and the only figure that was on the shelf was Spider-Man Noir, which I kit bashed into this figure here. And I wouldn't even have the Gwenpool if it weren't for a friend of mine hooking me up. The only time I've seen the Sasquatch wave was at a toy show, and at $30 a figure, there was no way I was picking up more than one. Cable and Deadpool were already gone anyway, so I went with my third choice of Deathlok. As far as Legends go, my area is still trying to move through Hulkbusters, Dormammu, Gladiator Hulk, and even some Sandman. Star Wars has been an absolute wasteland, and none of my shops have stocked the next wave of Power of the Prime, so no Sludge or Snarl for me. Is it Snarl? I think it's Snarl, the Stegosaurus. I probably could have thrown Swoop, the Triceratops, and Grimlock in there. There's usually a little bit of wiggle room in the first video of the year, built in specifically because of the late releases that are supposed to be early releases, but I definitely had them when we did the 10 best of 2017, so I feel like that's last year's business. So this is it. And heck, Bike Robo, back here in the back here, Psykill, he wasn't even something I bought. It was sent to us for review purposes, so I kind of feel like that disqualifies him as well. But I'm just going to go ahead here and just kick out Black Bolt, because he's definitely the weakest of these offerings. And then it shouldn't be a hard lineup, and honestly, I don't know that any of these pieces, maybe Psykill, are even going to make it past round 2 later in the year. Hopefully, my shops in this area will start stocking newer figures before the end of June rolls around, and we revisit this ranking. Fett, you're going to have to slide out here. I'm just going to line these up real quick. This shouldn't take long. Starting at number 10... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. We've got 10 here. Let's go. Starting at 10, I'm going to put her over here. Great head sculpt, great face, but they really messed up the paint on her legs by, you know, not putting any paint on her legs. In the 9 spot, I'm going to go with Black Panther. Good figure. Love the increased articulation, but I do prefer the costume design on the last one a little bit more, although it's sharp. The silver on this is really, really sharp. Next up, we're going to go Gwenpool. Just not a particular favorite character of mine. I like her a lot more than before we did our review of this piece, because before we did the review, I didn't know anything about her. But now I do, and she's a lot more interesting to me. And just not in terms of action figure fun. It's not my favorite thing. I'm gonna go Superman in the 7 spot. We're gonna go Iron Man in the 6. I did not give myself enough room here visually to pull this off. Next up, I'm gonna go with Gypsy Avenger. Great figure, super articulated, a lot of fun. Haven't seen the movie yet, don't really care. It's just a nice figure. I'll probably even, if I see some of the others, grab a couple of the others because they're just great figures, much better than the stuff NECA's been offering for the last several years of those Pacific Rim pieces. In the 4 spot, we're gonna go Aquaman. tighten up over here a little bit. Oh, Superman. This is a fun line. I haven't picked up anybody else in the series yet, but I'll probably grab Batman and Wonder Woman at least. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Aquaman 3 is going to go to... I'm going to put Red Skull Noir here in the 3 spot since he's not an official character. I don't even know that he's going to be eligible as is for the final list. Probably he might make the 10 best pickups of the year, but I can't put him in the official final 10 best top 10 of the year because he's not. This is an official release. And then I'm going to go 2 spot. I'm going to give to Machine Robo Psykill here. Again, because he was not a piece that I actually purchased. He was sent to us. Although I think once this is another figure that we have reviewed. It is a really fantastic piece, and that gives the 1 spot to Deathlok, which is a lot of fun. We've reviewed that one as well. A couple of minor complaints. Head doesn't open. This arm has some real engineering issues. This hose gets in the way, but it's accurate. Anyway, that's it. That's the 10 best of 2018 so far. We'll do this again in June, and hopefully it'll be filled out a little bit more. But if it isn't, hey, it is what it is. At the end of the day, this is just a snapshot of what my collecting year looked like, and this is 2018. Thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, and let me know what one piece you picked up so far this year that I haven't, that you really think I should make sure I grab before it's too late. Thanks. Later.